This is me getting ready to virtually whoop his ass.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
My name Anthony. He's like, my name.
I was like, ah! It's from Buddy that had called me finance. And he was like, you look good as shit. And I was like, that was you?
He started showing me his. But y'all, when I tell y'all he's tall, y'all, like, you like, it's like, he's like, what the fuck type of tall?
Hey, yeah, I'm not coming home straight after work because I'm gonna go to the mall.
You know, everybody was just staring at each other. People didn't like each other. Certain groups couldn't speak to certain groups. It was just a lot of that. And it led to me and one of the people fighting, and they just like kind of like, you know, dick rod.
Okay, so boom, right? I got this story time about this DL boy who I met. No, I'm joking. Girl, can somebody tell me what is going on with all of the gay YouTube story times, especially the black gay YouTube story times? Like, is that the only space we actually get to occupy on this platform? Is that of telling stories about our experiences with DL men who don't even love themselves enough to come out of the closet or don't have the ability or space to do so? It's like, it's always like a jock or a football player or somebody's cousin or somebody. It's like, girl, is that the only space we can truly occupy? It's like, it's everywhere. I look up content creators, black queer content creators to watch, and there's always a very, very specific space that we're allowed to occupy, space that we're allowed to take up, as long as we don't get in the way of straight men. And it's like, we need to take up more space. It's like it genuinely feels like that's all we're allowed to do. Or like that's the first thing so many of us turn to. It's like, I love them, they're relatable, they do something for me, but it's like, what are they doing for us? Like, we are always the ones who are, it feels like, chosen like last. Especially, there's a certain vibe when it comes to the black gay story times all the time. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm gonna say this right now, girl. Right now. Some of y'all are lying. And it just is what it is. Some of you are lying. And that is your craft, okay? That is your job. That is how you pay your bills, girl. Do what it is you gotta do. But it's a very specific type of thing. What is going on? And especially, I feel like I might be a few years too late on this conversation. But a few years ago, like, they were just popping off. Everywhere you see a gay YouTube story time or someone, how I turned my straight friend out, like they're DL on the down low, and it's like, there's just a very specific, and it's like, I think they serve a purpose, but I don't know if they're serving a star.
Now, my god brother knew that I was, you know, because that's my god brother. So I told him years ago. So my god brother already knew. Like, he laid there while I was on the phone with boys and stuff. So I told my god brother, I'm like, yo, like, he's my god brother like, no way. I'm like, no, like, I'm telling you. So my god brother like, you're lying. So I text him on Snap, whatever, we're texting, but it's just to show my god brother that I'm showing him that, like, you know, he's really like that. So we texting, we speaking about it. My god brother like, nah, wow. So,
and what it feels like is that, as Herbie Wallace says, Miss Herbie, Miss Girl, is that these are like the homegirl hangouts. Like, it feels like you're sitting there with your homegirl, homeboys, and homies. And you're talking, and you're just getting to talk through. Like, girl, look at this right here. Let me tell you about this one dude. And it's like, queer bodies, black queer bodies are always on like always take the brunt of it, always take the blow, and sometimes are forced to take like the scraps, the crumbs of love. We build ourselves out of that from what society has given us. It, like, these story times feel like they're doing that, or at least we're able to reclaim the narrative. But I'm not sure if that's exactly what's happening. It feels like, because of what society has put us through as queer people, as black queer men, as black queer people, period, we are then forced to use those negative, sometimes harmful, traumatizing experiences to then entertain others in the hope of recognition. And sometimes it's, I'm going to share my story so that other people don't feel ostracized or weird about theirs. Growing up watching them, they made me feel, I watched them in a time where I didn't want to feel alone. And I wanted to feel like there was hope. But there's very rarely, the story times that I see, there's very rarely story times where there's reciprocal love that isn't hidden, that isn't toxic, and that isn't used to like manipulate or put multiple parties, both parties, in a bad place. Yeah.
Girl, hold on. I don't know if y'all can see, but he in this car right here, this white, what is this, an Impala? And there go his little buddy racing off. This is why DL men should not exist. No, this is ridiculous. Wait, there he go right there with this shit he got into his fucking car! He's a weirdo. I was sitting here cleaning my rims in my car, right? And he was like parked right next to me. He tapped me on my shoulder. He was like, yeah, I don't mean to bother you or nothing, but can I use some of your rim cleaner? Like, bitch, this is not the laundromat. This is not detergent. This is rim cleaner, baby. This shit expensive. So I was like, yeah, you could use some. So I'm watching his ass. I was like, give me my shit back, thank you. So he's done his car and I'm still working on mine. He comes over again. He was like, hey, what's your name? Where you from? I was like, bitch, I'm scared. I was like, hold on. I was like, my name is Anthony and I'm from this place. I was like, why? He was like, yeah, I'm just asking. He was like, you high-key kind of cute. Like, you got a Snapchat? I was like, yeah, I got a Snap, but bitch, to be honest, he smelled like the Home Depot garden section on some real shit. I did not want no parts of that. I was like, what's your name? He was like, yeah, I'm kind of on the low. I really don't be giving people my real name. So, bitch, why you approach me? What the?
He didn't blur it out. He didn't blur it out, girl. He didn't blur it out.
The hood boys be so straight up until they find out you got money or a car or weed or a place to stay. Then out of nowhere, now they homosexual. You know, they mess with everything. They baby mamas be mad.
So basically, me and Noah were in Ohio, and you know, we did our big one. We were hunching. We were really doing our big one. Like, we did the nastiest of nasty things that we could ever did and known to man. Like, the way we was being so nasty, God should have hit us with his hand. Like, he should have been like, this ain't no work of the Lord. This ain't no work of the Lord. And I don't know what you got going on, but I ain't raised you like that, you know? But nonetheless, we did it anyway, and we was just hunching. Real bad. And then Noah's mom called and she's all like, Noah, where the fuck are you? What the fuck are you doing and why are you in Ohio?
Do you see what I'm saying though, right? Like, all of these different instances, right? And I did see one white person who had a fairly alright experience, and I bet there are other white people. But it, like, this genre really seems like black and brown men having a place to Black and brown queer men having a place to go. Black and brown queer people having a place to go because their identity has been so weaponized. And it also, I think, gets views like there's something about telling a story about something that is supposed that people call forbidden and exposing, right? Exposing men. There's something about exposing the lie, right? And being on the receiving end of a certain type of intimacy, attraction, or love that just people enjoy. And it's sometimes is a fantasy for some queer and gay people, is the idea of getting the thing that so many people have said doesn't want you, getting the thing that continues to reject you, finally getting it, and being able to have it and engage with it. There's something about that I think a lot of people are drawn to and attracted to. It's like you meet a guy online on whatever you meet him on. He says he's DL, down low, and you're like, shoot, why not? Like, why not? But a lot of times it's like gay men are willing to do that because it's sometimes like the last scraps of love or like intimacy or any sort of attraction that we actually get or have, especially being of color. When you have people who aren't exactly sure what they are, sure who they are, sure what they stand for or what they like, you're willing to engage with that. And I think, and I just wanted to make this video because I think there's something quite fascinating about this genre of YouTube and why it continues to keep going. Thank you so much for watching this video. Do whatever it is you want to do. I just thought this was really fascinating. I wanted to hop on here real quick. And bye. I guess